This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge-Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from MJ Harrington's here in Newport that I just heard they're about to celebrate 74 years right here in downtown Newport. And I'm now joined by the face of MJ Harrington's, if I say so myself, David Lantz. Hi, David.
Good morning, Abby.
It's
nice to
always
have you
a
here.
pleasure to chat with you. I think we do this like every other year or something. It's so fun.
That's correct, and we always enjoy having you join us.
Well, and it's such a fun place to peruse and look through all the fun selection of jewelry that you have. Tell us about what people can expect when they come into MJ Harrington's.
Well, we cover a pretty broad range. It started as primarily a gift store with watchmaking services that my uncle Mike Harrington offered, and my aunt was really a gift buyer in her earlier life. And in 1948, they bought the business that had been going since the 1800s with different family members, but not our family. So we call 1948 our birthday month.
Interesting.
Or birthday year.
Yeah.
And so it evolved to include a lot more jewelry in their time, and in 1970 they sold it to my dad, who had been a watchmaker since 1948, interestingly, the same year they started. But he worked for another store for those first 22 years, and then bought them out, and he quickly added more jewelry lines and more jewelry products as well.
Interesting.
And then I came into the business in 1976 after I graduated from college, and had a couple brothers also involved along the way. But my dad ultimately stepped aside unofficially in 1992 when he sold my brother Jeff and I the business. And then Jeff in 96 moved to Denver, where his wife's family was from. So I bought Jeff out, and so it's kind of been my gig. And really it was a family gig. I have other family members that have helped out over the years.
I'm sure.
Just in a variety of capacities. And then I think Dad, until he really worked pretty much every day, not full days, but till the end when he sadly had a stroke at age 83 the day before Christmas. Wow. And that was in 2008. I think the struggle of that it was a tough time.
Sure.
2008 was a downturn in the economy. I think
Sure.
he was concerned, and rightly so, because I was paying him every month directly. I had no bank involved. So he was
really hoping.
Yeah, he was hopeful.
He would say, "How are those jewelry sales this week?"
So it worked out fine. We like a lot of small companies, we struggled through that time. But in 74 years, you struggle through a lot of different ups and downs.
Of course, and with COVID and everything, and you've survived always.
Yes.
Let's talk about custom jewelry, which is so fun. What can people expect when they come in to get something custom made?
Well, we do a lot of custom work. We have 3 guys at the bench that are really superb.
I'm sure.
I serve as sort of a backup. I don't work at the bench much anymore. I did for a while. They really handle all the custom hands-on. Sometimes I'll sit at the counter along with several of our staff who are able to help design something, and then they take it from the design on paper to either a wax carving or a finished piece.
Which is so cool.
It's really fun, and most of these pieces become a family treasure that is around for generations.
Absolutely, and you got to work on it, which is so cool.
It's a real honor, and it really is pretty exciting when you think we have that kind of potential impact in a family's collection of their fineries.
Absolutely.
So it's fun.
Speaking of family, Mother's Day is approaching, and mothers do love jewelry. I've heard, my mother does, my own mother. I'll come shopping. Tell us about some things that are around that mom might be interested in.
Well, we do a lot of different pieces specifically to include gemstones for kids. That's been sort of a long-standing tradition. We now often just do something that is just a piece of jewelry that mom likes, and they find out through either our wish list or somebody says, hey, by the way, my mom would like for example, an emerald ring.
Sure.
And so the kids get together. We often engrave on the inside. I do a lot of engraving on the inside of the band.
I love that.
Under the microscope, so I can personalize it in really small forms. And we do a lot of that this next week or so.
I'm sure.
Full steam ahead. We have the standard last minute Larrys, and I call them the last minute Lauras, but they
Right.
you know, and that's what we're here for. So.
And you'll get a perfect little MJ Harrington's bag to take it home in,
Correct.
and all is done. Just hand it to Mom, right?
That is exactly the way we want it.
Well,
yes.
David Lantz, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, and thank you for hosting us, because it's so fun to come in here and daydream. And I like the idea of a wish list. Maybe I need to start one.
We would be happy to help you out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Abby.
Happy birthday to MJ Harrington's on 74 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When we return, Teddy Durand of Grounds in New London will tell us about the Lake Sunapee region young professionals. But first, let's hear from the supporters of your Yankee Chronicle.